Hello, friends, and welcome to the Cinemondo podcast with Kathy and Mark and me. You know what we like around here? You know what it is? We like really good movies. Number one. Number two, we like horror movies. But
and
we like,
number three, ultra-violent, whatever movies.
Really good horror movies would be combined. Number one and number two combined, really good horror movies. So do we have a film in that category?
You know, I cannot wait for this. What is it, Mark?
This one is called Kill. It's a Hindi language film that is being released here in the U.S. on the 4th of July. So Independence Day, go out and check this movie out. It's directed by Nikhil Bhat. And I think it is a wall-to-wall action film, contained thriller that takes place on a train. And trains have some of the best best things from the best movies. You know, if you think about, like, it's on a train, you really can't go anywhere. The train's out of control. It's just inherently interesting. So that's all I know about it. That's all I want to know until, say, the trailer. But it's garnering great reviews too. So we're kind of excited about that. So
yeah, these kind of contained. We always talk about contained horror films, like a horror film that takes place in one space. You have to come up with a reason why people can't get out of that space. Like in The Thing, it's because they're in the Antarctic. You know, you can't run through the snow. And in other films, it's because you're trapped inside some place for some reason.
Right. No cell service.
What's that?
No cell
service.
service.
Your cell phone not working?
Why are we cut off from any help? Well, there's no cell space.
But a train is a great solution to that, because even if your cell phone is working, what can call somebody like, can you come help me on this train that's going 500 miles per hour through nowhere?
It's been hijacked.
No,
that no one can get on.
Yeah,
I know exactly. And apparently, it's based on real life train robberies. It's based on real life train robberies. Apparently, it's a common thing. It's even a certain kind of class of criminal that do train robberies. So it's kind of like the Wild Wild West in a way. When you
which is kind of scary, because if you're going to rob a train, you're also it's like if you rob a bank, there's people that are trapped in the bank with you if you're a bank robber. But on a train, you have to worry. You got those multiple worries. You're worried about the people who are robbing the train. You're worried about the people who are controlling the train, and are we going too fast? Did they shoot the guy that's the conductor? Do they have some way to get off the train? They're going to leave us all here on this runaway train. There's all these terrible, scary things to think about.
That's right. And I love the way they have to shoot around like something that's really contained, especially a claustrophobic kind of space like a train, where it's super narrow. Like, I'm very excited to see how they're going to frame all this stuff. Now, of course, what the robbers don't know, what I'm assuming here, is we have a John Wick type character who was going to kick everyone's ass. That's what they're not ready for.
A couple of commandos.
So some guy like me is on the train. That's cool.
Burk's on the train. They will run away screaming for sure.
It'll be Burk and Mark versus the bandits. We're the commandos.
The bandits. Those scoundrels.
So lucky.
All right, let's take a look. I can't wait to see this. It looks really fun. All right. Kill. And a very brief title tells you all you need to know, really.
Right.
Okay.
You ready?
All right. Ready.
And
oh shit. Already. Oh, that's so good.
Happy 4th anniversary. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's romantic. Oh shit. Oh. In the trailer.
जाकर बोल दे उसे आ रहा हूँ मैं छुड़ाने
अब जिस हिसाब से फाइट चलाता है ना साला ये लोग साधारण फौजी नहीं मैं greatly outnumbered you.
It's too risky. वो लोग कुछ भी कर सकते हैं
कच्चा विस्फोटक तैयार है मैं भागेगा
Oh, there's a lot of breaking.
ऐसा कौन मारता है बे? तो अच्छा नहीं होता राक्षस हो तुम राक्षस बाहर निकलो I'll make a mess when I come through. Kicking balls down, you will swear it's kung fu.
You need a fire extinguisher now, don't you?
Exactly. That fire extinguisher.
This is what it comes to. You know what? You're gonna mess with a guy's girl, then you're gonna get messed up. I think they had it coming. I'm just guessing.
I mean, it felt like an 80s, kind of an 80s action flick. So if you
John Wick
kind of thing, yeah,
or that movie, that Schwarzenegger movie, Commando, where he's sort of like the guy that's almost like a tank, like you can't kill him,
Yeah.
So
this guy got skills. Like he can use anything in the room to kill you, and that's kind of his skill, I guess. No matter what happens, even his shoe, even stepping on your head, you're taken care of. He's got that extra level.
One thing I'll say though, like when it's a red band trailer, which this probably was because there was violence, and word fucking, and all, you sort of take away from if you show that stuff, then you know what you're going to get. Which is okay, I guess, but sometimes in a trailer it's best, to show a little less. But it's a red band trailer, so we're going to show the knife in the eyeball and the smash of the head with the fire extinguisher. So I think it's what it is. It's an 80s action flick, sort of updated with graphic violence and one guy against the militia.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Raid. Remember Raid, that movie, that Gareth Evans movie that was so like it was that same thing, contained, ultra violent, like lots of military and lots of like extreme violence. And then he went on to make that great like Gangs of London, the most insane violence I've ever seen. That was so stylish, it was gorgeous, amazing. Highly recommend. So it's in that zone. I feel like John Wick, I think, has created, and Raid, they've created these genres that are just ultra intense video game violence, like just nonstop. And then they try and show you something new in the space of ultra violence. I think that's just sort of that genre. I mean, I feel like John Wick is a perfect example of that super stylized, nonstop. I mean, I don't even know. Is there a story of John Wick anymore? I don't even know. I mean, he basically just plows through people. That's the whole movie. Just, I don't know if there's there's a little bit of like, I killed my wife and puppy, but mostly it's just kill.
It's kind of the graphic novel, not the comics code type of comic book, but there's a graphic novel style of comic book where a lot of times there's stories about the secret underground assassin organization and super soldier and like this super highly trained Wolverine, Project X kind of guy. It's like, oh my God, this guy is on the train and he's like he's got like super soldier powers or something. And it's I don't know, it's kind of like what we're watching. I mean, what is this film? We're watching this guy, mutilate a bunch of people
for good reason. They're robbing a train. They stole his girlfriend. They're probably going to do terrible things to her. I mean, he has a good reason to be mad and pissed off and freaking out. I mean, at least he has a good reason. Also, the other kind of interesting thing about this movie is each train car has its own unique look and style and fight. I think that's cool. And all the choreography for the action is done by Si Young-oh, who did Snowpiercer, which makes sense now.
So the guy with the burning head, that was his idea.
Probably.
Well, I do like the shots of going up and down the aisle. Like there's a great shot in Snowpiercer where they sort of like with a battering ramp, they go through some, and that's cool stuff. It's very sort of, so the camera moving is kind of exciting. So if that's in the movie, that adds a certain sort of style to it that's appealing to watch.
Well, they hired the best in the business to make this shit look good. So, and it's about the choreograph inside the space and also making every space unique, because each one's going to have a lot of the same stuff, the beds or the toilets or whatever, but each one's going to have its own little fun weapon or fight scene, which is kind of an interesting idea.
And also all the other trappings of being on a train. I always think of that movie, Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3, and other sort of train kind of movies where you're, we talk about the idea of contained, but there's also the idea of there's that you can't get off the train, but there's a ton of other people on the train too. Right. There's other, people that you have to worry about. You don't want to, if you're fighting bad guys, you also have a bunch of civilians there, right. So there's all these different issues that you have to deal with when you launch a vengeance campaign on board a train. So just, so you guys remember that.
That's good because
Keep
I'm
that
sure
in mind.
the reality of also we have a poster which I like the idea of just that kind of 3D effect of him throwing the knife. He's throwing the knife, and you have that kind of the red light behind him, like he's just leaving this blood red behind him. It looks like a narrow corridor. It looks like maybe the curtains between trains or something. It's,
This
as real as they can get.
This is a new color palette here that I'm seeing that's been rising in recent times. That blue and the sort of oranges. It used to be like this sort of teal and another type of orange, but now it's this sort of teal and this almost like what is that, like peach or something?
Yeah, it's kind of coral and sort of a pine green blue. Yeah, it's kind of you're right. But a lot of times they make it red and blue, like police or crime,
right?
Or something like that. And it's kind of interesting. They went kind of a green on it, a Christmassy feel. And also I kind of like how the red kind of creates a knife shape for him, and then you also have the knife coming out, which is kind of nice.
Right.
Yeah, it's a neat sort of off.
This journey is one way, people.
Yeah.
Not coming back for this.
No return.
No round trips on this train.
So if you're in the mood for 80s actions coming pretty soon, 4th of July weekend.
Getting good reviews. It's getting good reviews. It did well at the film festivals. It looks like it's just a fun popcorn craziness. Go to your movie theaters. Support your movie theaters.
80s kind of rap vibe to it too, huh?
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
So
you got to add that cool song.
Yeah. So if you're in the mood, check it out. Kill. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. See ya.